What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns, welcoming you back to my Discuss series. I realize it's been, a couple weeks since we had an episode. Plus, it usually airs on Wednesday. Obviously not yesterday because of my Faster Baby review for Mafia 3. But we're going to be back in full swing with the Discuss series coming up in, say, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Because next Wednesday, we're doing something else. It involves a Q and an A. We'll talk more about that at the end of this episode. Stay tuned. Okay, so normally on the Discuss series, it's about something that we're discussing. I post the topic a week prior, giving you an opportunity to partake in the Discuss episode via the comment section, Twitter, and Facebook. But every now and then, I'm going to do the Discuss episodes old school, where it's simply just me discussing a particular topic, just like today. So, where did this Discuss topic come from? So a few days ago on Twitter, I submitted a poll question following yesterday's Faster Baby review. I was in the mood to review something else. Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is obviously a hot game right now on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii U. So you could get it on either console. And I asked the question, did you guys want me to review Zelda Breath of the Wild? And majority vote said yes, but there were some concerns, obviously addressed by Carlene, one of my faithful Twitter followers. She's always liking my tweets and retweeting my stuff as well. Thank you very much, Carlene, for retweeting all my good stuff. You are awesome. And then, of course, one of my friends, AI Gaming, fellow YouTuber, he had a concern about me posting a review of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I have to agree with you guys. It was a pretty big risk, a gamble on my part. And there's a reason why our friend Carrick over at ACG, who is, by the way, one of the best reviewers out there for independent and AAA games. See, I like to review games and DLCs for Grand Theft Auto Online every now and then, but I'm not a hardcore reviewer like Carrick is. I mean, he's like a pro. I may be like triple or maybe double A when it comes to reviewing videos. And I mean that in baseball terminology, obviously. But anyways, so I really wanted to review Zelda Breath of the Wild because I beat it and I invested, over a month's worth of time in the game. I played it from start. I'm still playing it. I didn't play it from start to finish because I'm still playing the damn thing even though I beat it. There's still so much to do, so much to explore. It's just so much fun. I'm loving it because obviously I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I've been one since I was a kid on the original NES. Playing the original Mario Brothers and, of course, Super Mario Brothers. Bear in mind that there was an original Mario Brothers before Super Mario Brothers. And, yes, the very first Legend of Zelda game, which I played back then. And I love the franchise ever since the very first game on the NES. And, yeah, this is easily one of my top 3 favorite Zelda games, along with Ocarina of Time in the 90s on the N64. Obviously, I really regretted not Let's Playing anything regarding Zelda Breath of the Wild, are doing a review, even though I really want to. But there's a big reason why I did not, and that's the discussed topic of this video. Copyright strikes. Now, what are copyright strikes, you may ask? Well, there's a lot to learn about them, obviously. So if you want to learn more about copyright strikes, if you are a content creator, an aspiring content creator, you may need to know about copyright claims and copyright strikes. Now, copyright claims are not so bad. All that really is say if you do a Let's Play of, say, Mafia 3 or Grand Theft Auto Online and you forgot to turn the music off, or there's certain scenes in Mafia 3 where the music plays regardless, you can't do anything about it. And unfortunately, the algorithms of YouTube picks it up and it gives you a copyright claim. And it also gives you an option to try and remove the music through, I guess, YouTube software. But if it can't get removed, then the worst thing that happens is you simply can't monetize the video. So that's what a copyright claim is. A copyright strike is something a little bit fiercer, a little bit scarier. Now, currently on my channel, I'm proud to say that even though I've had a few copyright claims, none of them intentional, by the way, I have 0 copyright strikes and 0 community guideline strikes. And that's something I'm very proud of. I always try and keep the channel as legit as possible in that regard. Plus, I put a lot of effort into this channel and I kind of wanted to stay around for a while. So let's learn a little bit about copyright strike basics in case you were curious. By the way, all this stuff linked below in the description section. Copyright strike basics. If you get a copyright strike, that means your video has been taken down from YouTube because a copyright owner sent us a complete invalid legal request asking us to do so. When a copyright owner formally notifies us that you don't have permission to post their content on the site, we take down your upload and comply with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Keep in mind, videos can be removed from the site for different reasons, not all of which are copyright related. Also, content ID claims. We already mentioned the copyright IDs claims, so that's a little bit different. Not as bad as a copyright strike. So what happens to, say, hypothetically, my account if I get a copyright strike? Let's say I decide to go ahead and go damn the torpedoes. I'm doing my Zelda review, and I end up getting the wrath of Nintendo upon me. They file a copyright strike, hypothetically. This is what happens. We all make mistakes. When you get a copyright strike, it acts as a warning. However, copyright strikes may affect your ability to monetize. In addition, if your live stream or archived live stream is removed for copyright, your access to live streaming will be restricted for 90 days. Now, obviously, as most of my subscribers know, I'm currently not an active live streamer. I've dabbled in it, and I have interest of getting back into live streaming, but right now I just don't have the capacity to do that. But maybe in a few months from now, I'll be able to start live streaming again. All right, so here's what happens if you get 3 copyright strikes. It's not the end of the world if you get 1 copyright strike, but it's still pretty severe. But if you get 3 copyright strikes, it's pretty bad. Your account gets terminated. All the videos uploaded to your account will be removed, and you won't be able to create new accounts. Now, here is basically what happens with only 1 copyright strike. You wait for it to expire, and you're basically punished for like 3 months. For 3 months, you have a copyright strike against your channel. You have to take a copyright school, which doesn't take too long. You watch a video, and then you do this and do that. You answer these questions. I had a copyright strike actually for one of my older channels, and it really wasn't my fault, but I got blamed for it anyways. Long story, but the point is, I've been through a copyright strike before on a previous channel prior to my gaming channel. And yeah, you can get a retraction, and you can also submit a counter notification, but there are also consequences if you do that. But I think one of the other things that happens when you get a copyright strike is it severely limits your videos. At least that's what it used to be. It used to be the case where I think it removes perhaps even monetization of videos for 3 months, maybe, maybe not. Maybe it limits the timeline, like how much you can upload to your channel, like maybe like a 15-minute limitation regarding your videos, or maybe like 1 or 2 gigs max. That's how it used to be. I don't know if it's the same thing as it once was, but yeah, a copyright strike is something you definitely don't want to get as a YouTuber. And that's the big reason why Carlene and of course AI Gaming and a few others were concerned about me possibly making and uploading a review of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because of the fear that I could very well end up getting a copyright strike from Nintendo. And that's a big reason why Carrick over at ACG did not post a review of Zelda Breath of the Wild either, because he did not want a copyright strike. And it's crazy because there's so many other YouTubers out there right now. If you type in Zelda Breath of the Wild or just Breath of the Wild, there's videos. And some of them might actually have Nintendo's blessing, i.e. they're part of the Nintendo's MCN, so they have the ability to post Nintendo content because, you know, they're part of Nintendo's MCN or they have their blessing or whatever. I think a lot of them, though, don't, and they're playing with fire. And one of 2 scenarios comes to mind. Either A, Nintendo's trying to get these videos pulled down, but maybe there's a fair use issue with YouTube because all the content that's posted on YouTube is fair use. As long as you make it yourself, all my videos are technically copyright protected. That means that so-and-so simply can't take my videos and upload them on their channel. They would get a copyright strike. However, if somebody, one of my subscribers, one of my fans wanted to, say, use my voice and make some sort of funny video or remix with some silly music in the background of me, doing one of my Let's Plays, that's perfectly fine. That's what we call fair use. And I think the same thing applies technically to those who Let's Play Zelda or do like Zelda Breath of the Wild tips. All they're simply doing is they got their Wii U or their Switch hooked up to the game capture. They're recording their gameplay, and then they're just uploading the video of their gameplay, which implies fair use. And most of the other gaming developers and publishers, especially the big ones, do not have a problem with this. Ubisoft has no issue with it. Take-Two has no issue with it. Hell, even EA has no problem with fair use when it comes to content creators playing and recording their videos and posting it on YouTube as Let's Plays, live streams, or even tips. So they realize that the content creators out there that are doing this, most of them aren't making much money. And B, it's advertising for these publishers and for these developers of games like Grand Theft Auto and Madden, as of course Call of Duty, which is rumored to be going back to World War II. There's going to be lots of content creators out there that's going to be Let's Playing Call of Duty World War II, whatever it's going to be called, and there's not going to be any issue there regarding copywriting, or with Battlefront 2 coming out this fall, under EA. EA doesn't care. They're perfectly happy with content creators Let's Playing and live streaming their content and their games, just like Ubisoft, just like Rockstar, just like Take-Two, 2K, Hangar 13, all of them. But for some reason, Nintendo takes issue with this, and they are very much behind the times, and they've always been kind of like that way. They like to control their stuff, and one of the ways they do it is with their MCN. So technically, if I wanted to be an exclusive like Nintendo content creator, which I don't, I just want to play the games I want to play, which includes Grand Theft Auto, Mafia 3, Red Dead Redemption 2 this fall, maybe some South Park Fractured But Whole sometime if it ever comes out this year or Century. And of course, I would love very much to Let's Play Zelda Breath of the Wild. But because of the way Nintendo is, because I'm not going to join their MCN. In fact, I'm not joining any more MCNs after the one I was part of. I'm independent now. Even if I was to join their MCN, if they watched one of my videos and they caught me cussing, which obviously I do every fucking now and then, it happens, that is, I believe, grounds for being kicked out of their MCN. So they're very strict, plus they take a pretty big chunk percentage-wise of your royalties as a content creator under the Nintendo MCN. Now, if I didn't cuss, if I was 100% all about Nintendo, Zelda, Super Mario, then I guess that would be perfectly fine for me. But I'm all about video games, various types of video games, obviously, mostly in the open world capacity. But that's the big reason why I'm not going to do a review of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's why I didn't do a Let's Play series of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I really wish I could have, because I've been absolutely loving this game. It's one of my favorite games this year so far, and I'm going to continue playing it because I'm going to continue upgrading Link's some of his armor, doing the shrines, finding the seeds, and there's plenty more to do in the game. It's a great game to play, especially if you're a Zelda fan and you happen to have a Wii U or a Switch. I would recommend it. So there's kind of sort of my review regarding Zelda. It's not perfect. I don't think it's a perfect game. There's really no such thing as a perfect game. So all these sites, they give it a 10 out of 10. I find that ridiculous because there are frame issues. There are freezes every now and then. But overall, I would give it 9 out of 10 Triforce pieces if I was to rate it. But yeah, that's why I try to shy away from getting copyright strikes or even copyright claims these days, because I kind of put a lot of effort and a lot of in my channel, blood, sweat, tears, money, time over the past 3 years. And it's not just my investment. I also consider your investment as well. You, my viewers, subscribers, and fans. And if I was to do something like this, just say, fuck it, I'm going guns blazing, I'm going to start posting Zelda videos, it might get copyright striked, it might not get copyright striked. I don't know. And some of those other channels, they might be perfectly fine. Nintendo may never mess with them. Maybe Nintendo's quietly come to realize that they can't go off doing this because it makes them look bad. Then again, I've never known Nintendo to really care about such things. So they may be okay. Then again, eventually they may come to a reckoning against Nintendo. I guess it just depends on how YouTube is going to side. Are they going to side with the content creators who are obviously practicing fair use because it's their video, it's their Let's Play from their content creating game captures? or are they going to side with Nintendo? So I guess only time is going to tell when it comes to that issue. So that's the big reason why I try to avoid copyright strikes at all costs. It seems a little cowardice, but at the same time, like I said, I've invested over 3 years in this channel, and my subscribers have invested time watching my videos. So I don't like the idea of having my channel punished because I wanted to do something, even though obviously I knew I couldn't do it because I'd get in trouble. Whether it's right or wrong, that's debatable. The point is, that's why I didn't do a Zelda review. Even though I had, 70-something% vote in my Twitter poll the other day. Yeah, I really kind of regret it, but that's life. I just got to move on. But anyways, coming up next week, Q&A 24.0, your opportunity to ask me whatever question you want regarding any of the video games I play on the channel or just play in person, like Zelda Breath in the Wild. If you have a Zelda question, feel free to ask me. Or if you got a Grand Theft Auto Mafia question or gaming in general, you can also ask me a personal question, advice, etc. Anything you want to ask me question-wise, video game or non-video game, philosophies, opinions, etc., etc., feel free and either submit it below in the comment section via Twitter, Facebook, or email, GeauxBurns@gmail.com. And that's going to come up next Wednesday, Q&A 24.0. And be sure and submit your question by the end of the day tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, April 7th. So by the end of the day tomorrow, Friday, April 7th, submit your question to be included in Q&A 24.0.